there's a lot of bummer emotions and things you have to deal with. And where my cup does constantly feel empty, I feel drained. Yeah. It's also filled with a lot of joy and love and just constant dependence on God. Hi, I'm Caroline Howard, a biblical counselor and certified life breakthrough coach.
And I'm Chris Oneth, marriage and family therapist and executive director of Downey Park Counseling Associates.
Welcome to Our Next Question, where we attempt to answer the questions of life through conversations in psychology and Christianity.
Remember, this is a place of discovery and definitely not the final answer.
Okay, we're back again today. And I'm getting to our article. But last time we talked about what you did on the month of July. I did things in the month of July that were
Wait, what were you saying? No.
Why don't you listen?
I'm sorry, I'm supposed
me?
to pay. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. You did stuff. July, yes. What did you do, Caroline?
I took up a new hobby, a new sport.
Wow.
A new sport.
We
should all guess what it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
But he knows.
I think I do.
Pole vaulting?
I'm flattered that you would even suggest.
I
don't know. I've been watching the Olympics.
Core strength.
This is true. The Olympics is going on. No, I am a golfer now.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I golf.
Wow.
I love it.
Golf.
Dude, you're really good.
I absolutely love it.
Why?
First of all, I love being outside. So you're getting outside. I'm
getting the 1,000-degree heat?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Even
okay, good on you.
Hot heat.
It's fall, man. That'll be amazing.
I know it will be. You're getting your steps in. It's good exercise, but
Good.
it's not like overexerting like a running sport.
We don't want that.
Because I don't run. And oh my gosh, smacking that ball is so
Caroline,
therapeutic.
I am super, super proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
For going outside of that's right. Yeah, I did. You got that whole cart thing.
I got a push cart. My husband bought me my own golf bag for my birthday.
Nice.
It's Giants colors because you got to mix my love of baseball in with my new love of golf.
Just as long as you're not hitting the balls with
I
a baseball swing.
I know how to. No.
So did you have golf lessons?
My husband's given me some advice. My son has given me some pointers.
So wait, Nolan golfs?
Nolan golfs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's become a family sport, which is why
that is even better.
I've been wanting to do it for so long because Jillian, my oldest with special needs, loves just riding in the golf cart.
Oh, of course.
Nolan golfs. He loves driving the golf cart.
I could imagine.
My husband's played golf for years, and so now I just jumped in on there.
See, this is okay.
It's so fun.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
People don't realize the fun they could have doing a number of things that they've never tried.
Right.
And so they hold off and they're like, or that doesn't even occur to them they could be doing something.
Right.
And so part of me thinks about that. Like there's a number of things I could be doing that I haven't yet discovered yet. And that's exciting to me.
Yeah. And it does make you it makes me want to do more things.
Heck yeah.
I mean, not crazy things, but I do want to do
come
more
on.
things. I did think I should probably, I kind of want to jump out of an airplane again.
I know. I was just thinking Chris should do skydiving.
I've done it. Have you ever skydived?
Nope.
We should do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do it with you. Would you do it?
I had a dream that I went skydiving last night.
Oh, last night?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Have you ever gone skydiving?
No.
Would you do it?
But then I went to work out this morning, and at the gym I saw a flyer for skydiving, and I'm like, uh-oh.
It's a sign.
And now Caroline's talking about it. Uh-oh.
We could do Our Next Question.
Oh my gosh. As long as
we'll record as we're going down.
Oh my gosh.
It'll just
that one will have an explicit symbol on that episode because Chris will be saying a lot of words.
So is it where you did the tandem where someone was on?
Yes.
Okay, because yes, they have to. You're obviously not qualified yet to just go out by yourself.
No, you're not. No, and it was great because, I mean, when I first,
I'd be like, hold me.
I know. I was 18. I was 18 when I did it.
Okay.
And when I first jumped out, I had my eyes closed, and I remember having this whole dialogue in my head.
Oh my gosh.
This might be the only time you ever do this. You better open your eyes and see what it looks like.
Oh wow, I bet.
And I did, and it was amazing. And I didn't go splat. I landed. And here I am.
Okay, so that's interesting because you're there. I
do.
You are nervous about things.
Yes.
And that's can be a control thing and
Yes.
whatever. So that's super like out of the control zone.
I know. It was the best adrenaline rush I've ever experienced.
This is why I mountain bike and motorcycle and do all those things.
Let's go skydiving.
So if you get Melanie to do it,
there's no way.
It's
That's a cop out. You're just hiding behind your wife now. Because I don't think Chris would do it either. I've asked him multiple times, and he's like, "Yeah, no."
Wow.
He didn't even go with me when I did it.
Oh man. Okay. Well, it's funny.
We'll keep talking about it.
Okay. I know. Part of me does want to because, you check it off the bucket list or whatever.
Okay, here's something a little less scary that I really want to do that I've never done.
Okay.
I want to do an escape room.
I love escape rooms.
You do?
I do.
Good?
I've done
he's the
many.
puzzle guy.
Oh, that's true.
He solves things.
I've done probably like 12 escape rooms.
Can we record a podcast while doing an escape room?
Sure.
That will be Caroline saying a lot of swear words.
You're right, it would be.
We should totally do one now.
We
that
should.
would
We had
be
a couple
awesome.
in Modesto. Yeah.
You know what I got for my birthday?
Oh boy.
Because I was talking about
tell.
it, and my dear mother-in-law got me a gift certificate to one of those break rooms where you go and you smash rooms.
Oh, a smash
room where
break dancing? Are you going to do the barrel roll?
No, smash rooms.
Centipede
and so I get to go and smash stuff.
We were just talking about how therapeutic it was to hit a golf ball.
Right?
Now
See,
you get
smash
to
rooms
destroy
don't necessarily appeal to me. I do a lot of other things to kind of get out of myself and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I used to break stuff in my anger before I did like my own therapeutic work.
That's fine. Yeah, I hear you.
So I feel like this is a way to go back to that, but in a safe control.
But isn't it just encouraging like breaking stuff?
No, because I'll be laughing and having fun. I'm gonna take my sister-in-law with me.
It's not a problem to break stuff if you're having fun.
If you're having fun.
It's almost like when you get really angry if you go, obliterate a punching bag.
Yeah.
It's just it could be teaching you how to just have this physical reaction instead of getting to the deeper
But I think it's okay to have the physical reaction as long as you are getting to the deeper reason as well. Sometimes you need to get out the physical to then be able to.
Well, for me, I need to get out the physical reaction to stop whatever person is pressing me into feeling bad. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
That's horrible. I need to hit you in the head until you stop. No.
No, but I've told my son that, because he's got the anger stuff like I do and just wants to rage and stuff. So it's like, hey, dude, you can.
There's stuff under that rage. Or is this turning into an anger episode?
No, well, it could. But so I'll, the last time this happened, he was like, let me just go outside. And I was like, yeah, no, not yet. First, you have a choice. You can talk to me about it, your dad about it, his sister was home, your sister about it. Here's a journal. You could write about it.
Oh, wow.
And then once you've done that, then you can go hit the punching bag.
Okay, then.
But you gotta,
I like that.
I do get that you have to
there has to
work
be
through the underlying issue there first.
Hey, we didn't even talk about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, what do we? Yeah, because it's not anger.
It's not anger.
It's not how Caroline used to break things.
This is what about?
Oh, what it's like having a special needs child.
What is it like having a special needs child?
Yeah, that's what I titled it. Is that okay? Was that a good question?
That's fine. Or a special needs family member or whatever else. Now, have you done a consensus or is this all your experience?
I would say this is going to be mostly my experience. Mostly my experience, but stuff I've heard from friends that also have special needs kids.
Yes,
that we've been able to
super important. Before we go there, do you have an article or anything that you need to share?
I do have an article.
That's weird.
I just pulled this right out of thin air.
You made it up yourself.
So this is from another one from Psychology Today, because they have a lot of good articles.
They do.
And the title is, Trust Me, I'm an AI doctor.
Oh, wow. Is this like a WebMD sort of thing?
WebMD, I think that it's even, so I think that there's even more now where they say they're doctors, quote unquote.
No.
And here's my symptoms. What do you think I need? Here's what you need.
You got cancer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I've heard that many times.
I know.
Yeah.
But here's the good thing is that a new study reveals that people trust human doctors more than AI doctors.
You don't say.
That actually made me feel pretty good because I do get worried sometimes. Especially, did I say that right? Look at you.
Gotcha. Hey, I didn't cringe, and so you must have done it right.
Yeah, but I like literally my eyes.
It's conscious until it becomes subconscious.
My eyes rolled in the back of my head, and I kind of want to punch you.
Oh, wow. Because of
Write it down. Write down your feelings.
Especially.
Yes.
I don't know what I was saying
You
now.
must have had too much espresso.
Because then now I am going to punch you. Because they have AI therapy now too.
Yes, I've heard disaster stories or whatever.
Right. And so it makes me feel happy that people aren't necessarily buying into this because it's a little bit of job security for us.
Okay, then. So there's all kinds of variations with that, especially if, the implications are really interesting because there is still, we don't have that human touch.
Right. And that was like one of the main things they said. Like people preferred the human because you got the empathy part of it.
So the other part of that is having friends that are doctors. They will tell you that people will come in with symptoms and it's not that they need medical attention. They need psychological attention.
Yeah.
So they will not want to, and doctors are pressed for time. They have a lot of patients to see. And so with some medical practices, the visit times are shorter.
Yeah.
And so then the psychological need is not getting met by that patient, even though, again, they may not have a medical issue. They may be just, asking symptom after symptom, question after question, because they want that human contact.
Yeah.
That's where, and again, there's a stipulation with, I think you need to talk to someone on a counseling basis. And then they think, well, I'm not crazy. But that's not what it's about anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
the human touch, totally.
Yeah, the human touch. And because I even think of, in a sense, the medical field is almost grooming us towards AI.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's like, you can email your doctor now. You can do an e-visit.
Faster they can get the pills out.
Yeah. And so I know like most of the time, because I have 2 kids at home, 1 kid away, and, I'm emailing my doctor, so I don't have to go in. But I feel like, that's just grooming us to
and the whole
separate.
now it's a good point because the whole medical profession has changed in that sense because it's no longer a doctor sitting with someone and getting to know their holistic kind of lifestyle and everything else. Right. It's little snippets of, you got this, here's that.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, let me understand some deeper things about how you're living your life and what your attitudes are and everything else.
Yeah. It drives me crazy when I email my doctor because I have a rapport with him. We joke around.
Oh.
And I'll email him and I'll put a little joke in there. And then I get a response from a different doctor. I'm answering all his emails today. And I'm like,
hurtful.
Well, that's like no fun.
And you don't get my joke.
You don't get my joke. And you're not going to banter back. And everybody knows Caroline likes to banter. And now I'm mad. So there you lose that even in just emailing your doctor.
Totally.
So again, I will link to this article in our show notes.
So the gist of the article is saying it's never going to
I don't think it's saying never. Well, here's also what I want to know, which I'm hoping I'll have to skim through it again, that they link to the article, the new study, because I want to know what age group they studied. Because if it's our generation, I feel like they're going to say, no, I don't like it. Right. But I feel like these generations,
the younger people respond.
are going to be like, oh, no, I like that. I don't want to have that personal communication.
It's like, I don't know, man. Part of this scares me because it's like we're generationally, each generation submits more to the machines until Skynet takes over.
Well, you know what? Like most Taco Bells.
You don't even get that reference, do you?
No,
Skynet's from Terminator.
Yes, from Terminator.
Okay,
I was getting that.
They make you use the kiosk instead of the people at the counter taking your order.
Yes, even in the drive-thru though.
Oh, really?
It's an AI person at the one in Ripon. I know for a fact.
What?
You go through the taco. You'll have to go when you go to work next week.
Taco Bell's the innovator.
It is an AI voice taking your order in the drive-thru.
Whoa,
that's crazy.
Now, part of that is because of California's great law of raising wages.
Let's not get political.
But we're not going there. So they have no choice
I would not feel comfortable giving my Taco Bell order to an AI. That's all I'm going to say.
I get too many.
You're not gonna, no,
like,
you
I don't want them to know. I need the empathy of a human
thing.
to be like, oh, you want a cheesy gordita crunch?
Yeah,
That's right.
I want to say light sour cream, and they're like, oh, I totally get light sour cream. Not, please, you want extra sour cream? No, I said light sour cream. You
Does
want
not
extra
compute.
hot sauce? No, I said light sour cream.
No. Well, often I will get, if I get soda, I will get half diet, half regular.
Oh, I don't know if they can do that.
I know. It'll short circuit the whole thing. Anyway.
All right.
Anyways.
Okay. Again, I'm putting the link in the show notes right now so I don't forget, because I hate to say things and then not give you all what we promise. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay. What is it like having a special needs child? I have no idea. I'm just joking. So there was a lot of different ways I thought. So let me just start by saying I have a 26-year-old daughter, Jillian, with a G, who has a genetic disorder called Rubinstein-Tavy syndrome.
Okay.
RTS for short. Some people like to call people with this syndrome rubies. Some people with the syndrome get very mad if you call them rubies.
Rubies?
Rubenstein.
Oh,
Ruby.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So with her genetic syndrome, there is approximately 160, I don't know the exact number, different diagnoses, symptoms, medical stuff that she can have.
Wow.
She has approximately 75 of them at this point.
Wow.
And can develop more later on.
Okay.
Some of these are just the shape of her nose, her ear size.
I see. Okay.
She also has, she's been diagnosed with, I know they don't call it mental retardation now, but that's the original diagnosis was that.
Yeah.
I just had a total brain. She's got severe anxiety disorder, separation anxiety, OCD, strabismus, which is her eyes.
Oh.
PCOS. I mean, so I could just go. I mean, every letter. Like, we used to just say Jillian's got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. She's got like every letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
So mentally, physically, she's a 26-year-old. Mentally, she's between a 2 and a 3-year-old.
I see. Okay.
So still throws tantrums like a 2-year-old.
Oh, except with a full physical complement of a 26-year-old.
Superhuman strength. So if she gets physically violent, it's like...
Wait, is that part of the thing? Is that part of the diagnoses? Or
I have heard that a lot of kids with special needs have superhuman strength, and I think it's just because they don't know how to control.
I was going to say, like, unregulated.
Right.
Yes,
Where we
totally.
I know, like, if I'm just joking with you and I'm going to slug you on the arm, I'm not going to use my full force.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I might, but probably not.
And then you'll apologize later.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah, where she doesn't. So, like, she could literally just knock me straight over. If she,
oh, my
and
gosh.
she has before a couple of times.
Okay.
So, with her genetic syndrome, she has aggression. Her aggression and anxiety will continue to get worse as she ages, which we're finding now. She was just kicked out of her second day program in a year.
Oh, okay. So what is this? Yeah. Okay, so that element alone, where you have a full grown adult who is unaware of her strength and yet has these 2-year-old temper tantrums. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one thing to just let a 2-year-old flop on the floor.
Right.
You can't necessarily do that with the 26-year-old because she can walk across the room and grab stuff and grab you.
Yeah.
What is the psychological components that happen with you and your husband in that arena? Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely something that I've had to work through, because it used to be, oh, no, you can't do that. Right. And try to take back control and force her, like, you're going to sit down. You can't, to where now, like, through working on myself, right? Why do I have that response? To be able to calm down myself. Okay. And sometimes I just have to let it play out.
Okay.
Right. Is she going to throw, like, she throws stuff. She likes to hit her brother.
Oh boy.
So with that, it's like, hey dude, you gotta just stay away from her. She's in a mood. Go over there.
So even how old's Nolan? 14, 13? 13-year-old has to learn, okay, I'm not going to take this personally. that's just, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Right.
So I have to not try to go toe to toe, but kind of back off and be like,
he's
whoa.
such a sweet, gentle giant too. He'll just, me, I'm like, hit her back.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll learn.
Let's be honest. And then my husband will be like, you can't tell him that. I'm like, yeah, but if a bully hit him, you tell him, hit him back. So
different thing. Yeah.
Technically his sister's a bully. But he's like, I'm not hitting her, so it's he just like,
is there an uncertainty then in how to approach Jillian when it comes to that? Like this
for him or for me?
Well, for you and Chris.
Oh, for sure.
Like this
anxiety. Because I don't even know how to handle it, and like I said, it's getting worse, and so man. I don't know like what do I do, and so we're actually going to start working like with a behavioral program now.
Oh,
we have to get the professionals involved.
Okay.
Of how to figure out our kid.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So because we deal with spitting, like I said, throwing stuff. Here's my favorite. If she's in a mood and we're in a store, she'll start tearing tags off of everything.
Oh. So there's another unpredictable quality.
Yeah. So if she's very unpredictable. Very unpredictable. So I don't like to take her out a lot. I mean,
I see.
And I say that. So she was pretty delightful until let me think. She's 26. So probably until she was about 19.
Okay.
She was a total delight. We didn't have behavior issues.
I see.
Then since 19, so for the past 7 years, we've been dealing with that. But used to just be like happy-go-lucky. Everybody loved hanging out with her.
Okay, yeah.
Which is technically how most people still see her. Like people will be like, I don't believe that she would do that.
Oh, you're lying, Caroline.
I have videos. So if you don't believe me, I'll show you the video.
Videos? What?
Just to prove to people that she's not always
to prove
nice.
to people. I didn't know. I was like, okay, geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
tell the police about it. Look what this kid did to me.
Right? I mean, and honestly, like there is that fear of, what if she goes and hurts someone else and they press charges?
Totally. Okay, so one of the ways or one of the areas it's like raising a special needs kid in your case is a huge amount of uncertainty. Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you cope with that?
Well, I have Jesus if you want like
you also you make a ton of jokes.
The Jesus
that might help.
Yeah. The Jesus answer. I can't imagine being a special needs mom without God.
Wow, I bet.
Like I just couldn't. I mean, because it is at times the most isolating place is having a special needs kid.
Okay, speak to that.
Yeah.
So isolation, that's another so you got anxiety on board, yay. Uncertainty, anxiety, yay. Isolation.
Yeah, because again, like I can't take her everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially for her, she's deathly afraid of dogs.
Oh yeah.
And if we go anywhere with a dog, it just isn't going to work. So like if we socialize with people, it's usually, can you come to our house?
Yeah.
Which is, not going to cry, one of the reasons why I love you and Mel so much. Because we can be like, hey, let's get together. And I'm like, we have Jillian. Great. Like y'all don't even care.
Not even.
And Jillian just becomes the fifth wheel in our party.
Sure.
We're the party of 5. We could go out to restaurants and you guys don't care if we bring her along.
No, not at all.
If we have to leave.
She's not very conversational, but.
No, she's not. she is not. But loves live music and will be like the biggest fan when we go out. Isolation. I definitely saw a shift in that when she was growing up, right? I was part of mom's groups when she was a baby, with normal, typical functioning kids. Until you saw like that big age gap because she wasn't progressing like them. So then they don't invite you to mom's group anymore.
So is the isolation self-imposed? Like taking her out is too much work, so I don't do it. I'm sure there's a component there.
Yeah.
Is it also like socially imposed where you don't get invited to things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So then the girls, cause, my girls they're 4 years apart, but so then, once Emma was born, we do a lot with friends and stuff, and they'd get invited to birthday parties.
And how old's Emma?
Emma is now 21.
Okay, you had to think about that.
So she's younger.
Holy cow, she got married young.
She did. She was the same age I was, so I can't really say much.
Oh yeah.
So they'd stop getting invited to birthday parties, which was sad because Emma, You know, it's like, hey, you can just invite Emma and
Sure.
I'll keep Jillian at home. And then, family functions we'd stop getting invited to.
Wow, family stuff.
No, I shouldn't say like family stuff. I should say
I see what you're
group
saying.
functions. Group
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so then
okay.
we'd stop getting invited to group events.
Good gravy.
No,
Yeah.
family functions. Everybody knows like family holidays happen at our house because we have no dogs. Or my in-laws who finally realized we should not get a dog because it's not good for Jillian.
Oh, yeah.
So there is. It's both. Like people stop doing stuff.
Okay.
Or inviting us to stuff, and
then I could.
We don't take our places.
Yeah, and then I would speculate. I would imagine you would have to clear this up, but then that seems like it would breed a question mark in your head about: am I not getting invited because of Jillian, or is it because of my attitude problem?
I don't have an attitude problem.
No, I'm just saying in general, right? Whenever there's a component like this.
Well, I think you say no so much, people get tired of asking. And we would have to say no a lot. You know,
okay,
no,
makes
that
sense.
won't, or, that won't work because of Jillian. I can't find a babysitter, or, I mean, it's hard to find a babysitter for a 26-year-old.
Yes. And so speaking to that, you do have family resources that you're able to.
We do. We have my mom and my in-laws. We have two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we try
blessing.
To balance that between them so no one gets overwhelmed.
I see. Okay. And how does she interact with mom and
she loves old people.
Oh. Does she behave herself? Does she?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's because they wait on her hand and foot, which is also she loves going to the doctors. Loves it when she has to be in the hospital.
Oh.
Because she gets waited on hand and foot and gets all the attention.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So she does great with family. If she loves you, she loves you and wants to be with you all the time.
Okay, I see.
And so I've noticed, I can tell people that have good hearts because Jillian will latch on to them.
Huh.
Like there's a kindness in them. She'll talk about them. She'll want to hang out with them.
There could be a number of things. Like there could be a lot of people who are totally uncomfortable with and not sure how to what am I place here?
Yeah.
I don't know that it speaks to their heart, whether good
or some people.
And if according to the Bible, we all have kind of bad hearts.
I'm just saying, there's some people.
Oh yeah, but again, that can be their own anxiety and their own standoffishness, and I'm imagined. So, in addition to the like anxiety, the uncertainty, the isolation, I mean, like you would have to apply several salves of like empathy, like with people, as far as like, okay, I get it, they're not used to it, amidst the potential like disappointment and heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah
I think that it's interesting because, and I see it with my kids still, which is understandable, and I'm sure for me for years, but I had to stop caring what other people thought, especially like strangers in public.
Oh, sure.
Right? Because if you look at her, she looks somewhat normal. You can't really tell there's anything wrong with her until she opens her mouth or starts throwing a fit.
Yeah.
Or she makes comments. She loves tattoos. So anybody with a tattoo that walks by, it's, I like your tattoo. Even if it's some like gang guy that probably is packing some heat.
Well, how... where are you hanging out that there's gang guys?
I
don't do that anymore.
I can't tell you that.
Yeah, sorry.
And so my kids will be like, oh my gosh. And, and a lot of times people will be like, kind of look at her like, what? Like, and they might not like it. And so, I used to just like, let's walk faster. But now I'm like, she likes your tattoos. She loves tattoos. She has a tattoo. Wow. What can I say?
Well, I can say, having, known you guys forever and been around Jillian, it's like it's helped me grow more comfortable with special needs folks. And so I see them around. I'll see her. The other day I go for frequent walks by myself. Got a lot to clear in my head. But it was a group on McHenry, and they're all special needs, and they were getting off a bus, and one of the gals waved hi, and so I love that.
Yeah.
And part of that is like just taking the opportunity to love on them in that small way, and to say hi back, and to say hi to the group, and
that's all they want.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
And it's like they don't mean any harm, and I get it. It's uncomfortable. So when I was younger, I was only gonna have one kid.
Oh.
Because in my mind, the more kids you had, the more chance of having a special needs kid.
Whoa.
I literally thought this all through my childhood. So I was having one kid.
This is weird premonition type
right?
stuff.
So one kid and I was going to be fine. Well, my first kid.
Oh my gosh.
Is my special needs kid.
Wow.
So I'm like, God has such a great sense of humor.
Okay.
Because I was so uncomfortable around him.
Huh.
And I'll even admit now, there's still some that I'm uncomfortable around.
Fair
because
enough.
And especially knowing that some of them can be violent, like my own daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a little bit cautious and stuff.
Okay.
But one thing I've learned, because what I like is ask questions.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I know people like to stare, and I know they're not staring to be rude. I know they're staring because they have questions.
Yeah.
Ask me. Like, you're not going to offend me.
Well, that's, I think, with that component of having even understanding for them and even breaking the ice by saying, hey, you can ask a question.
Yeah.
Or, hey, it's, she's super friendly.
She's
Just don't get on her bad side.
Right. Don't have a dog.
She will cut you.
She will. She will take you down. She has a metal water bottle.
Oh, no. No, the metal water. Yes.
That's how she got kicked out of her last program.
Ooh.
She knocked someone over the head with it.
Oh.
The best one, and I don't laugh because I think it is funny. I feel bad for the people that are affected by this. But she got in trouble once because she took someone's walker and hit them with it. So, I mean,
tough. Yeah. Ouch. You
just wonder what she's thinking in her head. Why would you grab someone's walker and hit them?
It's the easiest weapon.
Yeah.
So,
or the bowling ball. There was a bowling ball incident once. And
bowling ball?
Yeah.
I assume at the alley.
Yeah, she threw a bowling ball at someone.
Whoa, that is some strength.
I know. And so let me just preface that by saying she gets overstimulated by noise.
Okay.
And if you don't remove her, because she can't communicate or take herself out of the situation.
Okay, so that involves then a lateral way of thinking that isn't just control this kid.
No, it is, you're not listening to me.
Squelch the behavior. It's, okay, you said it right there.
You're not listening to me. If I throw this bowling ball, guess what? You're going to listen.
That's true.
And not in the way like, if I did it, like, you're not listening, so I'm throwing this bowling ball and gosh, no, oh, look, now I'm getting your attention.
It's just reactionary. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Okay, so all these things you're swirling around. What have you gotten? I mean, what's the impression you get from other parents? Because each situation is unique.
Yeah.
Each kid is unique.
Yes.
Yours is unique in the sense that, she's a full-grown person with full-grown strengths. What's some of the other stuff you've heard from other parents that that you resonate with as far as having a special needs kid?
Don't give advice.
Oh, okay. So this is a prescriptive thing to people who talk to those with special needs.
Yes. Even, when I ran a special needs mom support group for a while, and even in that support group, we never gave each other advice because of what you just said. Every special needs child is so different. Got it. What we have done works for Jillian is probably not going to work for your kid.
Fair enough.
Now you could say, this is what I've done, and I might try it.
Yes.
But
not every kid is a fan of barbecue sauce.
Of what?
Barbecue sauce.
Oh my gosh. She eats barbecue sauce on everything. And I do mean everything.
Got it.
Yeah. But that is almost kind of across the board, I think, of any parents.
Yeah.
Like parents, we can say like, I tried this, but don't tell parents what to do.
What is it? What message does it send?
Honestly, and I'll just say as a special needs mom, and maybe this is moms across the board, it sends the message that I haven't tried hard enough.
Oh.
And as a special needs mom, if you knew how hard we have tried, from doctor's appointments to tests, we've tried, I think we're on number 38 of psych meds for her now.
Okay, so that's another great point of the exhaustive efforts to try everything.
Yes. You read every article, you do the research, you get into every Facebook group you can to see like, again, what have other people tried? Right. Maybe I should try this. She's got her regular doctor plus 7 other specialists.
Good gravy.
I mean, we're not like, I'm not just sitting around like, I can't figure it out. No one's telling me what to do.
Yes. Okay.
So I think that's the first thing is just like, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, Really?
understand.
You don't think
that
I've
they
already
are
tried that?
overworked and yes.
Yeah, and I would say that
okay.
for special needs, and I'm just speaking to moms. I'm not a dad.
Right.
Honestly, we feel like our cup is always empty, and burnout is strong.
Oh, okay.
And they've actually done, and I didn't get time to look it up. If I find it, I will link it. They have actually done research with special needs moms, and they have all the symptoms of PTSD.
Wow.
Just like a combat warrior.
Okay.
Because a combat warrior, and again,
that totally makes
please
sense.
don't hear me saying that a combat warrior, like that they do the same thing as a special needs mom, because combat is
right.
like totally different. But like a combat warrior, you're always on, right?
Hypervigilance,
You're always
yes.
hypervigilance.
Yes.
What's going on? Special needs mom, hypervigilance.
Okay.
I haven't slept solid through the night in 26 years.
Oh my word.
Because she has seizures. She gets up in the middle of the night sometimes. So I'm never like fully in that deep sleep. I always have an ear open.
Okay.
If she's in the house, my ear's open. I'm listening for,
sure.
Can I hear her in there? A couple years ago, we had an incident where I had gone to the bathroom and I heard a thud in the kitchen. And in the back of my head, I thought, that'd be weird if she had a seizure and fell out of the chair. That would never happen. Finished going to the bathroom, walked into the kitchen.
Wow.
She had fallen out of the chair, was still having a seizure, broke her shoulder.
Gosh.
So it's like you have no choice but to be hypervigilant.
Sure. Okay.
And it's
I think
not a
you talked
control
about
thing.
this one time when you said you were like riding in your car and she like would open the back door like randomly, and so there's no element
car
of
wash
rest. Oh, that's fun.
It was.
Jeez. Roll the window
fun.
back up, please. Yes.
Yeah, so she doesn't sit in the front seat when I'm driving. Ever. Even if there's no one if it's just me and her, she's in the back seat.
Okay.
Because I can child lock the door, I can child lock the window.
Okay.
She doesn't sit behind me because she has put hands on me before while I've been driving.
Oh.
So she has to sit. So you just learn these things to make you feel safe.
Okay, so I mean, geez, where's our list? It's uncertain and anxious. Mm-hmm. It's, I think we threw hypervigilance in there. Isolation, burnout, definitely, because your mind is always working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grief.
Yes. This is a big one.
It is a big one. Why does that make me need a tissue all of a sudden? You are constantly grieving.
Yes. Tell us about that.
So you originally grieve when you get a diagnosis. You grieve the loss of the childhood you thought your child was going to have.
Yes.
Right? You grieve. You don't get to be the mom of a normal child doing those normal childhood things. Her childhood was spent in therapies and doctors and tests and all of that stuff.
Okay.
As they get older, you grieve just so many losses. I remember sitting with a bunch of my friends crying. They were crying because their first kids were going off to college. I was crying because my first kid would never go to college.
Okay. Wow.
Then their kids start to get married. Your kid doesn't. Their kids start to have grandkids. Your kid's not going to. So you grieve those things.
Yes. Totally.
Constantly. There's a lot of grieving that happens with a special needs kid.
Okay.
I agree. I will never have an empty nest.
Right.
She will live with us until we can no longer take care of her.
Right.
And at that point, I won't be enjoying the empty nest because I'll be needing someone to take care of me.
Right.
So there's just a lot of grief.
Okay. Yeah. And, I've heard of things where like appreciating that grief.
Yeah.
And when I say appreciating it, not like, ooh, yay, I'm grieving. I'm talking about like recognizing it, acknowledging it, because I know there's a lot of people out there who try to avoid it. They feel bad for grieving that their kid is never going to leave.
Right.
And that's okay to be like, this is honestly not what I expected.
Right.
And to be living in that confession and to say it out loud, it gives it a better opportunity to come to acceptance and to heal that part. And healing doesn't mean it's ever going to like be perfect and go away. It just means you come to like be friends with that part of yourself. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Totally.
And
I grief.
It's taught me how to grieve well.
Okay.
I don't run from it. I'm
Right.
I just, it kind of smacks you straight up in the face sometimes as you turn the corner and, okay, well, let's do this.
Okay.
There's that thing. Let's do it.
Wow. Yeah. Grief makes sense.
Grief. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot, but there's a lot of good as well.
Okay.
Right. One of my favorite verses, as a special needs mom, John 9:1-5. And I'll just read it really quick. As he went along, he saw a blind man from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. As long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world."
Wow.
And different versions will say so that the glory of God could be displayed.
Wow.
And like, we all have a purpose on this earth.
Yeah.
And even my 26-year-old, who's still a 2-year-old, has a purpose.
Totally. Absolutely.
And I see that when she says to that rough tattoo guy, "I like your tattoos."
Oh,
and
my
he
gosh.
looks at her and says, "Thank you," and walks away with a smile.
That is awesome.
Because no one's probably saying, "I like all your teardrops on your face tattoos."
Right. Sure.
I see that, when we go to church on Sundays and people throughout the church know they have to stop what they're doing when Jillian's approaching them because she needs a hug and wants to say hi to them. Right. She has people that she will make them feel like $1 million, that they're like a superstar when they walk in the room. When there's no
pretense about it. She's not like trying to
just happy
please
you're there.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's just happier that she will knock some people over with a hug because she's just happy to see him.
Wow.
And that, like, today, as when I was getting ready to come here, we were watching a YouTube video that's worship that she loves, and we're just worshiping together because she loves that. In the car when I was taking her to my mom's to drop her off, she loves to change the words of songs. So we're singing Thriller, but we're singing Starbucks instead of Thriller, and she's cracking up laughing.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "Mom, watch this," and she's dancing. And so like, she makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I get to still watch Disney movies with my 26-year-old.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm not judged for it.
There you go. There you go.
There's a lot of bummer emotions and things you have to deal with. And where my cup does constantly feel empty, I feel drained.
Yeah.
It's also filled with a lot of joy and love and just constant dependence on God.
Yeah. She'll never be an addict. She'll never be
an addict.
Yeah.
No.
She'll never be like, "I hate you."
Well, I don't know. Barbecue sauce might be an addiction.
Sauce, absolutely. Yeah, I'll take it.
That might be when I have to look into.
Hide it.
When the doctor says, because she's got really bad acid reflux, he's like, "Well, does she eat like any like really acidic foods?" And I'm like, "She eats barbecue sauce with everything." And he just looks at me. I'm like, "I guess that's acidic."
Whoopsie. Okay.
Yeah. So rough. It is rough. But again, like, the glory of God is displayed, and it's
wow.
I wouldn't be who I am, of course, without having to be the mom of a special needs kid.
Sure.
I wouldn't get to do what I do because I wouldn't have empathy. I would be completely self-focused because there's nothing like having a special needs kid to make you selfless.
Yeah, totally.
Right. And so, like, there are so many blessings from it. In all honesty, if God gave me a choice, do you want a special needs kid or not? I would probably say no, thank you.
Right.
Because I know how hard it is.
Sure.
But I wouldn't at this point trade it for anything.
Well, and that's a great point, because so many of our difficulties, whether it be special needs or an illness or something, we would not say, "Okay, sure." Who the heck would say that?
Right.
But at the same time, the redemption is what comes out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the power of our Savior. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm going to link a couple of things. I just read a really great book that my middle daughter, she had read. It's called Being the Other One, growing up with a brother or sister who has special needs.
Oh, wow.
I had never I tried to protect my kids from a lot with that.
Okay.
I thought I was, like we all do as parents. But after her going to therapy and learning some stuff, like that she didn't realize was there from having a special needs sister, and reading that book.
I mean, that's a whole nother component.
Right.
Is your children.
Yeah.
Your other children.
Yeah. And so reading that book just opened my eyes to so many things I didn't know that I had missed. And so,
well, good for her for chasing after that stuff.
Yeah, I love it. So I would say, even if you don't have a relative, or if you have a relative that's a special needs person, or a sibling, or you know of someone, it's a really great book to read.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And there's also a really great ministry called Key Ministry, and it ministers to families of special needs children, and also helps churches adapt special needs kids in their church. Because we've gone to churches who don't accept that. Right now we're at a beautiful church that does. Our pastor,
which church, so people
Shelter
can hear
Cove,
this? Shelter Cove
in Modesto. Our
Thank
pastor and our he's not an assistant pastor, but two of our pastors have special needs kids. So
right on.
We have a huge program there that's amazing.
Awesome.
So
there are ministries out there like that.
Yeah, it really is. So
well, thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your insight and your vulnerability. And I'm sure this will resonate with a lot of folks out there.
Yeah.
My hope is, our hope is that it gives even all of us who don't have special needs kids like a deeper understanding and appreciation, and being able to walk through and be a blessing to special needs parents.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Awesome. You going to say the little bit at
I
the
thought
end?
you were going to say it. That's why I pointed at you.
But you have it memorized.
I was giving you
Don't
an
forget to like
opportunity.
and subscribe. We're awesome. Tell us we're awesome. I'm just joking.
This is why you say it like
this
that.
is why you don't want me to say
Edit.
Leave us a review.
A review? Maybe.
If you want to contact us, there's ways to contact us in the show notes.
There is.
We do have an Instagram page. We don't monitor it very well, but one day we promise we might.
Yes.
And share it with a friend who
Share
you
it
think
with lots of
would
friends.
appreciate or resonate with this episode. For sure.
Awesome.
Yes, exactly. And you can follow Downey Park Counseling on Instagram. We usually put out a little blib of the podcast every week so that you could share that with people as well.
Awesome.
See you next week.
Thanks for joining us today as we continue our journey talking about life's many questions.
To stay connected with us, you can follow us at Downey Park Counseling on both Facebook and Instagram. You can also follow Caroline on Instagram at Relatable Caroline. And make sure you tune in next week for our next question.